we thought that we actually talk about a lot of good games lately. So we thought about changing the formula a little bit and talk about rip-offs, not super good game which sells a lot, but which of course got copies and either really badly made or well made when surpassed the original game. So that's what we're gonna talk about today.
Right off the bat, what game is that?
I know, it's the great Gianna sisters.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, so we have Mario Brothers. Now we have, what was it? Gianno?
Gianna sisters. They
Gianna
just
Sisters, yeah.
they just colored over the sprites. It's like a 5 years old say, "Oh, the Goomba looks cute. Let put some
It's an
ears. It's an
owl.
owl."
Yes. And they're
Okay.
sisters now. They're not brothers. So this is, yeah, so this is, again, a tremendous, this is just a cash grab. And I don't even know if this is a cash grab. Was this released for anything? Let's see.
I don't know.
It came out.
For me, it's a meme. It's
It
not
looks like a
even
meme,
real.
right? Like I've never heard of this before. I've never seen it. I don't know. Was this on the original Nintendo? I find it hard to believe that it was. And even here on the website, it doesn't say where you could play it. Uh
It was on Commodore 64.
oh, okay. Oh yeah, and it says right here, just like Sega with Simpsons, Nintendo wasn't happy and they were able to have every single copy of the game sent to stores fully recalled. So the game got sent out to stores. Nintendo was like, "No." Every single one was pulled off shelves. So sorry,
And I have
guys.
something more to say about this.
Oh yeah,
Are you ready? Oh yeah, you were ready for the original Gianna sister? You have Gianna Sisters DS in 2009, Gianna's Return 2009, Gianna Sisters Twisted, whatever, Twisted Dreams on, is that Switch? Gianna Sister 2012. Oh my god.
they made
It's,
more.
yeah, they made more.
Are they all blatant
It's
Mario
even on
knockoffs though, or
Android. I thought,
did they change it up?
uh, I hope for them they change it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, maybe they went the Saints Row route and they were like, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna change it up a bit."
Yeah,
Uh,
because the 2012 one, developed by Black Forest Games, actually has a 92% of users who like the game. Released on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Xbox 360, Nintendo Switch, Wii U, and PS3.
all
So,
right, maybe they came up with their own identity eventually. I don't know. Yeah,
but it's Gianna Sisters. That, does it mean it's? It doesn't say if it's the same as the Great Gianna Sisters. I don't know
the great
if
Gianna
it's a
sisters.
coincidence. I don't know if it's a coincidence that the name is almost the same or not.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
the one which looks like the original Mario is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, come on, the Goombas. They're just like, oh, there we can make them owls by adding little pointy things up and sharpening the side. Uh, well, you can't blame somebody for trying, I suppose. But as
I
for
imagine so.
Koreans, hey Apex. As for Koreans' request, our favorite, I'm gonna go into mine because yours, I believe, was Garfield, correct?
It was hard between Gianna Sisters and Garfield, but Garfield made me laugh way more. So I'm gonna go for Garfield.
All right. Well, mine is actually not on this list, and it is a good one. And that's going to be Mod Nation Racers. So if you've ever played Mario Kart, you know exactly what this game is. They did not try to change it up too much, but again, they were kind of filling the niche because Mario Kart is clearly on Nintendo, and we did not really. I mean, we had Crash Bandicoot Racing, I guess, on the PlayStation way back when, but there was kind
Sonic
of
R
a
as well.
Sonic R as well. But we didn't
Yeah.
have any games that were uh, kart racers for at that time, at least not any big ones. And this is actually kind of a knockoff of not just Mario Kart, but also Little Big Planet. And so to the point where Little Big Planet, when Little Big Planet Racing came out, the guys who made Little Big Planet Racing came to these guys and they were like, "Hey guys, you know, help us out here." So they had a lot of love for each other. But this was definitely where somebody was looking at Mario Kart and they're like, "This is a great game. I want to play Mario Kart on the PlayStation." So we're gonna take that same track racing. They have drifting, just like Mario Kart. There are boxes that on the there are boxes that you can collect, and then that's how you get your weapons, just like Mario Kart. You have the hazards, things smashing and whatnot, just like Mario Kart. So the gameplay was basically the same as Mario Kart. They did change a few things up in Mario Kart. If you're doing like a power slide, you get a little speed boost at the end of it if you can kind of charge up your power boost. In this one, you had an energy meter, and when you power slide, you would charge the meter, and you could either use the meter as a speed boost when you wanted to, or you could use it as a shield to block incoming attacks. So that was a little bit different. The other thing that they changed up was Mario Kart has a ton of different weapons that you can get. Green shells, red shells, bananas, bombs, the star, all those things. This one really only had, I think, 3 or 4 that you could get. But the thing was, is in this one changed it up in a bit in that if you went through one of the boxes, you got a random weapon. If you didn't use that weapon but ran through a second box, it would charge that weapon up to level 2. And if you went through another box, you could charge that weapon up to level 3. So I think there were maybe 4 different weapons you could get, or 4 different abilities you could get, but each one could charge up 2 times. So you had a total of 12 different things you could do. And so, for example, you could get a missile, which was the green shell. You shot it, it goes in a straight line, it hits a wall, it bounces. So it was 100% a green shell. But then if you got it up to level 2, then it was a red shell. Now it's tracking. Okay. But you get it up to level 3, and it's different. Level 3 would just release multi missiles that would just pummel the area in front of you. So if you were getting on a group of enemies, you could just knock a whole bunch of them out. So it did change up things a little bit from Mario Kart. I wouldn't say it was better than Mario Kart, but I wouldn't say it was worse. I would say it was on par. The quality was there. And the other thing that they did from Little Big Planet side was, your characters, they're called mods. You could completely customize them however you wanted. You could, change the faces up. You could change what they're wearing. You could add stickers and accessories to them and stick them wherever you want. If you have a horn, you could stick a horn on the side, or you could stick it in the front or on the shoulders or whatever you want. The cars were the same way. You could mod your cars to have whatever style you wanted. If you wanted to look more like a car, you wanted to look more like a Jeep, or you want to change the paint job or whatever. So you could change those up a bit. You could also do, like in Mario Kart, they have different they have different racers in the sense that some are heavier, some are lighter. And this one, there was just a little toggle on your car where you could say, okay, I want more drift, or I want more handling, or I want more acceleration, or I want more top speed. And so, in that sense, it was, you didn't have to worry about like, oh, okay, somebody else took Bowser or whatever. You could just do whatever you want. So in that sense, it was a little bit different. But then also, like Little Big Planet, you could design your entire track however you wanted to. So that was probably the most fun part about it, was that you could just build your own tracks. They had tons of tracks in game, but you could make custom tracks, and it was online. So you could go online and play with other people. When, of course, I think pretty much everybody who released an online level would do the same thing, where we would all have a level, but then we would all create like a secret path. So when other people played us our levels, we could always win. But people would have a lot of fun with it, and they got real creative in certain ways. I think there was like one level where the entire track was it was buildings, and you just you're going from one building and either ramping off, or you have to kind of jump, or but it was like a buildings in a flooded city or something like that. So there's no one track and stuff. So that was definitely a blatant knockoff as well. But it changed it up enough that it was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
with a nice sandbox option.
Yeah. They added some sandbox options, and so it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. And unfortunately, after they created Mod Nation Racer, they went out of business. The company that made it went out of business. A lot of them went on to help Little Big Planet kart racing, but from what I've heard, it's just not as good. Yeah,
Mm.
for whatever reason it's slower, it feels heavier or whatever, it feels clunkier. This one worked really, really well, but yeah, so it's a real unfortunate that that we can't play it anymore. But we're gonna get into some news here, and some of the news might give this a game a bit of a chance. So let's go ahead and get into the news.